Hello, I am doing another continuation video of how to make acorn flour. Now, I've had my acorns in a jar, pre-shelled. This was my second batch, whereas my first batch, sadly, I burnt them when I was trying to dry them out to make them easier to de-shell. And one of the things I saw online was that the best way to obviously blend acorns, which is what this is here, this brown pulp, was to soak them in water to make them go soft. But bearing in mind what the main thing you're trying to get rid of out of the acorns is what you call tannins, which are toxic. So every day what I did for about a week to 2 weeks, which is what they recommended, is that you change the water every day and allow the acorns to soak in order to try and leach out the tannins and also to make them easier to blend. Now, to be honest, I did find these quite easy to blend, so it probably is because I have soaked them in water to make them soft. But what I've noticed is when I've allowed this to kind of drain, although the water mixture that has come out of the drainer, I'm going to squeeze this a little bit more to make sure that it is as dry as possible to prevent mold. It's not as brown as I thought it would be. It is actually more of a milky substance. And I do recall vaguely reading that one of the things you don't want to be doing is over-leaching your acorns, because there's certain nutrients that with constant leaching that you will basically remove from the acorns. So it's finding that balance. Now, one of the things they also said was to kind of tell whether or not the acorns have been properly leached is you can tell by the taste, and they should not taste bitter. Now, I've never tried acorn flour before. I've never even tried acorns before. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a tiny little bit of this on my fingers. Because one thing you don't want to be doing is, if there's still loads of tannins in there, is obviously eating a teaspoonful of this stuff. And to see what it tastes like. Oh my god. Yeah, straight away, that is really, really, really bitter. Not only that, it's very grainy as well, because one of the things I wasn't able to get off, even with soaking them, was I think it's like the husk that's actually, so if you were to cut an acorn or even a seed, for example, because that's what they are, in half, they're very similar to like onions. They have all these different layers. So I think because I've kind of left the sort of, not the shell, but then there's like another layer before the actual acorn on there, it is a very, very bitter, and it is very grainy. So what I think I will do is I will drain this and then probably put it in some water in the fridge again for 24 hours to see whether or not the water changes colour and if any more of the tannins are removed. But one of the other things I do want to try, again, if you are going to do this, just only, literally, we're talking like hardly anything. Oh,